what I have to say was once again unbelievable. A great Sunday's race. Not the greatest weekend because, as you know, I crashed in FP1. The weekend started in the worst way possible, crashing in the first 20 minutes. And then I broke a front wing in FP3, but qualifying and race were unbelievable. I qualified in fifth place, I think. And as you can see here, I'm behind. I think was, let me remember. I don't remember now. I started the race, I think, behind. Let me check it. I'm in this part of the track. Let's put the play button. This is Verstappen, Leclerc. Behind Perez. This is me. Good race start by the outside. Here, just behind is Carlos Sainz and Hamilton fighting. I maintain position, but here Hamilton by the inside, and here first critical moment of the race start. I touch it a little bit. Hamilton here in his left side. Little touch here is not visible, but fortunately nothing happened. And from this point, I'm on the left side, Hamilton, and now we cross ways. Hamilton moves to the right, I move to the left because Hamilton is trying to cover the inside. I try to use the outside. And the Hamilton braking is very good. He stays ahead, he passed me, so now I'm in 6th. And look at that, I tried to, the problem here was that I was a bit stuck and I had to brake a bit more, because if I do not brake more, my front wing will be broken by the the left rear tire of Lewis Hamilton. So I had to brake a bit more than normal to avoid crashing to him, and later I had to brake later. Sorry, more time. And Carlos Sainz used that opportunity that my braking was worst to go by the inside, as you can see here. It was very intelligent move, and now on the inside much more grip than me on the outside. Here I almost lost the car, and once again I touched, but it was like a minimal touch to the Carlos Sainz car, because my engineer told me that my front wing was broken, but I was checking the MFD panel and everything, and it was not visible. The damage was super light touch. Unfortunately, it doesn't affect to my car performance, you know. But at that moment was critical, obviously. And from now, I'm in 7th. I lost 2 places, but anyway, I lost places with a Mercedes and a Ferrari, so it's not so bad. And they did very well, I have to say. Nothing to. From now, okay, my first stint was everyone on medium. My first stint was a bit erratic, to be honest. I had good pace, but I did some mistake like this one in the after the long straight. I think it's turn 6:15. I went wide. Passed me here. I think Norris, also Fernando Alonso. By the way, almost crashing to me. Look at that! Look at the movement. This is crazy from Fernando. He lost the control of the car. Let's see if it's visible. Here, you can see how he exits of the corner, sliding and crossing. Even when I checked the replay, I saw that Fernando rear tire contact with my left front. Wow, was critical as well. And he passed me. Now I'm in 9th. In 9th place after 5 laps. That was not expecting, to be honest. I had pace to holding up these cars, but my mistake. They passed me. So now I'm in 9th, but I had pace. I was not worried, guys, because I knew at some point I could fight again. I will be able to come back to fight, because in this track the car felt amazing and was really quick. Also, it's a track with very long straights. As you know, during the season, this kind of tracks with a lot of long straights is perfect for our car, as happening at Spa, as happening in Italy and Monza. This kind of tracks suits for our car extremely well. Okay, lap 7. I'm behind the Aston Martin of Fernando. And here, I don't know if happened something. I just behind. You can see I can maintain the pace. We have ahead is Norris, Piastri, Norris and Alonso. And I just chasing, guys. I knew opportunities could came later. This is lap 17, and this point, I'm fighting with Lando Norris. No, sorry. Sorry. At this point, Albon passed me. Albon and Norris passed me. It was not shown in these highlights, but they passed me in a corner that I was not expecting for. I brake very, very early in. I was It's turn 4, I think. Turn 4 or 5. That is a turn you have to brake meanwhile you are turning into the left side. And Albon was just behind and it went by the onside. I wasn't expecting that. Amazing trade braking he did. Dive on move and he passed me, and I overreact to avoid crashing to him, and also Norris used the opportunity to pass me. So at this point, I'm in 11th place, and behind me was Verstappen, who was the race leader, and he stopped. That's why he's now behind. And once again, I did one mistake in the second corner because I tried to avoid crashing with these two. I lock up a bit more, and Verstappen used the opportunity to pass me. But anyway, Verstappen will pass me anyway sooner or later because he stopped. He has much fresh tires than me and the rest of the cars in that moment. Very intelligent move by my Verstappen, pitting so early. So at this point, guys, I'm in P11th. Stroll is behind and a big group of cars. I'm out of the points. At that point of the race was a bit disappointed because I started in 5th, and in 17 laps I'm out of the points. That was not the plan, obviously, but I was not worried. I knew I had a high pace, and this point was the key of the race. Once again, as I did in Brazil, I decided to stop 3 laps later, earlier than the rest of the cars to try the undercut. And you know what? It worked again very well. Everyone went to one stop from medium to hard. The key will be who will come earlier. And this point, this is lap 25. I stopped in lap 19, something like that, and the rest of the people normally stop in 21, 22. I undercut my teammate Alex Albon. I undercut Oscar Piastri. I undercut these two cars. So I was, after the pit stops, in P9 and recovered 2 places. And now, at this point in lap 25, I'm behind Lando Norris, who is in 8th place. At this point, the second stint was very, very intense, not in terms of fighting on track, because I barely hadn't fight on track until the last laps. I basically was chasing Norris. Behind me, I had Stroll for moments, I had Piastri for moments, I have my teammate Albon for moments, but they were like around 8-10 seconds behind me all the time in that second stint. So behind me, I had no worries. My battle was with Lando Norris in the distance. In the first part of the stint, I was able to maintain the pace of Norris, but at this point I had the problems with battery. I was not saving so much energy, and in the section where we are now, in the slow section, I was not deactivating the ERS, and that was a mistake, because some laps later I start to deactivate the ERS mode in this section that is very slow. You don't need energy of the car, and I start to saving a lot of energy that I could use in the longest straight. And when I realized of that, in the very early phase of the race, is where I start to catch Norris again in the final laps, this is the early phase of the stint. And in the final laps, this is team radio that has no sense now. Important, guys. At this point, Perez, you can see the smoke, has a engine issue and is out. Now I gain another place. Now I'm in 8th. And Norris at this point is around 4 seconds in front of me. And Leclerc, that is in front of me and Norris, has a front wing damage. So Norris was catching Leclerc, and at the same time I was catching Norris. So potentially I was fighting for P6. This is Perez out of the race. Now I'm in 8th place. That's Norris. And lap 50, okay, this is the last lap, this is the spoiler. What happened? Basically, Norris catch Leclerc, Norris passed Leclerc, and when he passed Leclerc, I was catching Norris at the same time. Norris passed Leclerc, and immediately in the next corners in turn 1, very good move by the inside. I go through by the inside and I pass Leclerc in the same lap. And once Leclerc was passed, and Norris in front of me, I had Norris in the DRS zone. I could pass him earlier, 5 laps to go, but I decided to wait. Why? Because probably if I would pass earlier in lap 46 instead of the last lap, probably it will catch me again and it will pass me in the next lap, because the car that is behind has a lot of advantage on the DRS. So I was waiting just behind Norris the last 4 laps, waiting to the very last lap to pass him, and it worked. I was able to save in battery and to attack Norris in the last lap using all the energy in the long straight, gaining another place. P6, guys, and this is the end. P6 for me. This is the checker flag, passing Norris at the very end of the race. So unbelievable, guys. Perfect race, perfect strategy once again. Definitely this end of the season has been a dream for me. 3rd consecutive race on points. Wow, guys. Definitely I was not expecting that. Normally my second half of the season in every career mode is stronger, because it's where I really start to feel connected with the car. I drove a lot of laps and kilometers during the whole season, and I have more experience with the car and the reactions of the car and setups and everything. But wow, in my best scenario, I was not expecting to get points in 3 consecutive races and finish 6th in Las Vegas. That is a street circuit. That in this game, the street circuits were an absolute nightmare for me. So to finish 6th in the last street circuits of the season, it was like, a redemption for me. Wow. Later on, we will check a lot of things about the standings. I'm in a very good position now. But before to do that, let's analyze a bit the track we had this weekend. This is Qatar, okay, guys. This is just my 2nd time racing here. The first time I drove here was in the previous game in the Formula 123 career mode with Williams as well. And I had not very big expectations about this track, but once I started to drive in the last year in the F123 game, I enjoyed a lot this track, and it was very competitive, really competitive. Unfortunately, I was not able to get points here, but I could do it definitely. I don't remember now so much the race; it was a bit chaotic, but definitely I had chances to be on points. And I enjoyed a lot. It's a very fun track, very flowing, a lot of speed, fast speed corners. It's really fun. The track is very smooth, and there are not so many heights and downs. It's really plain. It's like a go-kart circuit, but super fun. I really enjoy it, and I hope to do it this year as well. This track basically is, let's say, it's about flow, guys. You have to feel the flow of the track, because there are a lot of consecutive corners. This is turn 1 where you reach a big top speed, and the first corner is super interesting because it's really wide and open. It's not like the classic braking, getting the apex and accelerating. It's just about braking, but just not too much. It's more about trail braking, just it's more about to lift your feet, your foot of the throttle, and let the car running by themselves without touching the throttle and the brake, Maintain the inside and open the line to get traction at the end, to take turn 2, that is very similar than turn 1, but a bit slower. You have to get the apex as late as possible. Here is about trail braking, Trail braking is the technique of let the car running through without touching the brakes, or just braking with the aerodynamic of the car, And this corner is a bit slower, as I said. It's about, you have to touch a bit more the brakes here, touch the apex, and the exit is very important, because you have this little section where obviously you accelerate later, or not in the right moment, you can suffer a big loss of time. This is flat out, turn 3, turn 4. This one, this track, the variety and the speed in all the corners in this track from qualifying to race is massive, because in qualifying, for example, turn 4 is not flat out. I think it's not flat out, but it's almost flat out. Maybe you have to reduce just to live just some milliseconds your foot of the throttle, but it's very super fast. And as happened with turn 5, that is about a bit slower, not too much slower, but just a bit. Yeah, here you have to do a little touch in the brakes, and obviously to respect the track limits, because obviously this track, all the off-track areas are made by asphalt. There are no gravel, so you can get time if you use the outside of the track, but obviously it's not legal. So you have to maintain the car on track to go to finish the first sector and go to turn 6. This is in a very little downhill. Here is easy to lock up the left front, and it's about to let the car running and braking, touch the apex and classic exit, accelerating as soon as possible. Moving to turn 7. This is very interesting. This is a very long right-hand corner where you have to touch the brake minimum, and in qualifying even it's just about lifting to maintain the car in the inside in every moment, but open the line sooner than in other corners, because here there is a curve you can use to take all this section in the right way. That is flat out, turn 8 and 9th. 9th is flat out, I think, in qualifying. In race, probably not, but in qualifying, I think it's flat out. And we go to turn 10. That is similar to 6, but as you can see here is the exit. You have to go super wide to use the outside of the track. And this is in this corner, the traction is critical, because from this point to probably this point, even in qualifying, this one is flat out, guys. This section, these 3 corners are amazing. If in qualifying is flat out. In race, maybe this one is not flat out, but these 3 corners are amazing, super fast. And the secret here is to to turn the car in the right moment, to try to lose the minimum speed possible. It's about to know where to turn, because if you turn earlier and you touch the car very soon, you are losing more speed. It's about flowing. You have to take the ideal line. That means outside, inside, outside, but in the right moment, following the curves, the inside curves and the outside curves. And in 14, I think in qualifying is possible. I'm not sure if in this game is flat out. Maybe yes. In race you have to reduce maybe 1 gear or 2. And 15 is not flat out in qualifying, but I think it's all on the limit to be flat out. On the limit, but be careful, because the exit, there is a big curve here. Don't go wide, to don't be penalized, and to unstabilize the car as well. So very interesting section, guys. Super interesting section. And finally, turn 16. That is similar to, let's say, this one. Turn 1 is very similar. Where you have to brake less than you can expect, because the turn is so wide and so long that there are a lot of grip here in the inside. Even braking, not too much. Just lifting, you will get the grip very soon. Even I have problems sometimes in the previous game, because I brake too much and I suffer oversteer braking too much. So sometimes it's better even to have a bit of understeer, because at some point the grip will come back to you in the middle of the corner, and you will be able to get to be in the ideal line to get with good acceleration at the end. So super fun track, super fun. I was not expecting that in the previous game for the first time I was driving here, but I really enjoy it. Finally, why? Sorry for that, guys. Sometimes it happened to me with the screen recorder I have, but nice to be okay. Let me drink. Okay, and this is QATAR, guys. We have to talk about a lot of things. Anyway. First, let's see if the upgrades we have planned before the QATAR Grand Prix works. We have, as you can see, the engine cover for, I think it's for the chassis improvement, and the tire analytics data. That I think these two are my upgrades. And the tire analytics is very important. If we are able to develop this one, we'll have a better tire wear for the QATAR Grand Prix. So let's see if it works. Okay, so I think it failed the chassis improvement, but the tire analytics data work. That means we will have better tire wear for this race. So wow, that's very important upgrade. Unfortunately, the other one didn't work, but let's try to check later on. Message. We have no message. Move on. Specialist of the weekend. This weekend we have not available the quality assurance and the strategy analyst. And the other 4. Let's check the goals. Manufacturing expert, we are in level 2, just at the middle. 2 goals available. Keep tires below 120 degrees on dry, or 100 degrees on inter, or 90 degrees on wet in 2 sessions. Or complete 5 laps using at least 2 different engine components during a race weekend. Okay, I will do that because normally in practice, well, no, because this is a spring weekend. In spring weekend, I do not change engine components. So I will do this one. Let's see if we can do it. Wind tunnel engineer. We're in level 2 as well. Almost reaching the middle point to reach level 3. Goals. Complete a lap using 3 different car setups, or achieve an average corner speed of 181.86 kilometers per hour during the race. 3 different setups is not so easy because normally I do not too much changes if the car goes very good. So I'm not sure if I will use 3 different car setups. So let's put this one, achieve average corner speed in race. Let's see if we can do that. Power unit. We only need 480 points to reach level 2. Goals available: finish in a better position than your teammate in race, or achieve 4 purple sectors during a race weekend. Wow, that's very difficult. So I will do this one. Try to beat Alex in race that in the last races I doing it. I think 3 consecutive races ahead. Later on we will check the stats against Alex that are very interesting. Material fabrication planner. Finally, we're in level 2, but we need a lot of points to reach level 3. Goals available: complete 7 laps in practice sessions, in and out laps not included. That's super easy. Or stress test any tires above 34% wear during the weekend. I think is more complicated, so let's put this one. And that's it. Let's set as primary specialist to the power unit consultant. Let's see if we can reach level 2. Driver details. Okay, this is my contract. As you can see, only 2 races left, and look at my line there, where the white line is much above than the target we set at the beginning of the season. We are 4 points ahead, so that means I will have to do the most horrible 2 races of my life to don't complete the target. So I can say that finally, happily we did it, guys. We completed the target, and with big expectations. For the moment, 4 points ahead, and maybe more if we do good races. So that means I will retain the seat for the F125 game that I will be racing in the same team in Williams, because I deserve it. I gained the seat. And let's see if we have even a better car, because I doing this live stream in the moment this morning was celebrating the free practice 1 and 2 of the real Australian Grand Prix, and Williams did really well, guys. I think they can be even the 5th fastest team, even the 4th fastest. So if they are, for the next season, we will have a much competitive Williams, and I can't wait for it, to be honest. Accolades. Well, this is something we do not check too much, because I will only complete 1 season as I normally do in my career mode. So it's very difficult. I can complete one of these targets. Maybe I can complete. Obviously, the race start is impossible, because the you have to do 25, and this season have 24 only, and we complete 1 season. So top 5 qualifying, I did 4. That's great. 4 in a Williams of 10. Obviously, I cannot reach 10 in this season. Top 10 finish, I cannot reach top 10 top 10 finishes, because I have 6 and only 2 races left to go, unfortunately. Podium finishes, I have no podiums. And championship points, I have 35 of 50. Maybe this one, if I do 2 extraordinary races and I achieve 15 points in these 2 races and the sprint race, obviously, maybe, but very difficult. Rivals, guys, this is very important, guys. Okay, something very interesting happened after the Las Vegas Grand Prix. First of all, let me check the rivalry with Alex. That now actually we are winning again. We were matched until Las Vegas, but what happened here? In the championship points, I was ahead before Las Vegas, so I still ahead. Okay. In qualifying results, as you can see, Alex was much faster than me the whole season, 16-6. He's winning, and that podiums we have the same. My highest qualifying position that was in Spa, I think, was when I finished second. It's better than Alex. But what happened here? Once I finished ahead of Alex in Las Vegas, in race results, now we are exactly matched. 11th, guys. Thanks to the last result. That means the best finishing position is the same. So that means I'm winning to Alex in 2 aspects, in 2 departments or 2 areas, in highest qualifying position, championship points, but Alex only is winning me in qualifying results, because he was winning to me also in race results, but from Las Vegas we are matched. That means overall now we are winning 2-1 to Alex, thanks to match the race results. Obviously, if Alex finishes ahead of me in Qatar, he will be ahead still. He will be ahead again, and the duel will be matched 2-2 once again. So it's very important to finish ahead of Alex this weekend as well, and obviously to maintain the gap in points. Okay, that is only 10 points difference. In our terms, 10 points is a lot of points, but if some of us achieve a great result as we did, we have a 4th place both. And we get 12 points and the other don't score points, Alex can beat me, so it's not over yet. And the rivalry, guys, we win the rivalry finally with Gasly. We were ahead of the time since Belgium. This is the Belgian Grand Prix, we are having this rivalry. The target was 29 points. In Las Vegas we reached a total of 35. That means Gasly scored 2 points as well, I have to say. That means we won to Gasly the rivalry. I don't know what that means, but after the race, when I won the rivalry, I received extra bonus points in my ratings, more than 1,000 points in every area of my rating. And let's check that here in the driving ratings graph. As you can see, this weekend, all ratings are rise up a lot, because as I said, I gain a bonus for beat Gasly in the rivalry in every area of 1,000 points. That's a lot. That's why, for example, yellow line experience, I finished the race again. That means it's still increasing. We gain 2 points, as you can see at the left side, 2 points in experience. In the race graph, the blue line that is affected by overtakes and finish position compared to starting, I lost 1 place from a starting position, but I was 6th place, was very good. Plus the bonus I received for beating Gasly in the rivalry increased a lot. I gained 1 point more. In the orange line, the awareness gained through clean races, but reduced by collisions, off-track moments, and DNF. Clean race, no little touches, but nothing serious. No collisions, no DNFs, no off-track. My line increased a lot. Plus the bonus points for beating Gasly, you can see increase a lot. Pace reflects speed in qualifying and margin to fastest lap in race. My fastest lap, I almost did the fastest lap. Verstappen did 33.9 something, and I did 35.000. Just by 1,000 of the second in the last lap, I was able to achieve the fastest lap. I didn't by skin of a teeth, something like that, you know. For that, my pace, the pace points I gained were massive, plus the bonus. I gain a lot, so I increase a lot. And now the pace is the rating I have higher of all my ratings. And the focus, that is the worst, and the one where I having more troubles with, reflects forming qualifying and race results versus taking vehicle performance into account. In this weekend, I overperformed the car by miles. Our car is the 6th fastest. That means our natural position is P11 or P12, and I qualified in P5 and I finished the race in P6. So you can imagine how much points I received, plus the bonus for beating Gasly. Finally, that means in the last races, finally I'm recovering the level I have in Netherlands. That was the highest peak I reached in Focus. But from Netherlands, I have a terrible streak of 4 races: Italy, Azerbaijan, Singapore, and USA. Terrible results that decrease a lot my focus. But from Mexico to where we are now, I'm trying to recover at least at the point where it was in Netherlands. Definitely focus is my worst area, and the rating I have to improve most for in the next career mode, definitely. And finally, now move on to the R&D. Okay, only 2 races to go. We have not too much margin for improve much more than that. Only we have this weekend 506 points. That is not too much. Let's see if we can do something. Actually, we're the 7th team. It's true that in Las Vegas RB catch us, but to be honest, it doesn't feel they did it, because their performance was very worse than the performance we had Alex and me in Las Vegas. Maybe because of the track characteristics. Let's see if in Qatar they are closer. Let's see what we can do with these points. To be honest, we have no points to redesign the brake ducts. So in aerodynamic we can't do anything. In chassis we cannot develop this, too expensive. We can try to develop this, that fail. The engine cover, we have no points as well, and we have no points for the hip damper, so nothing. In power unit, we can improve the rotor speed. We have points for that, but no, we have no points for fuel technology. And in durability, as I said multiple times, I focus a lot in improve durability at the beginning of the season. We are really, really safe in durability, so we don't need to develop anything. So basically, we have 2 options to improve the rotor speed. That we increase let's say improve the energy recovery system for more energy. That's very important. But as you can see, if we do that, it will be received before the end of the season, and it have no sense, because I won't complete a new season, you know. Even if we rush, it's not at time to be ready for the last race, so it have no sense at all. So the only thing we can do in this weekend basically is to try to redevelop this piece. But as you can see, we cannot rush. That means it will be ready for after Abu Dhabi, so no sense at all. So basically, it's stupid to do something with the points. We have everything we can do is for the end of the season, and I won't be competing a new season in this game. So I think we can say that our development, the development career finished here right now, because probably the next weekend, no time to develop something that will be ready for the last race. So this is the end of the development race. Let's see if Albon have something on hands. Okay, that is for just one day before the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So at least we have a minor upgrade. That is the intercooler. So let's see if it works. Finger crossed. So basically, this will be our position. In Qatar will be the same. Let's see if someone improve or not behind. But we cannot improve our car anymore. So this is the car we are fighting with from now to Abu Dhabi, the final race. And the vehicle, okay, this is a spring weekend. Normally, normal weekends for practice 1 and 2, I use all components to save wear in future power unit elements. But as you can see in this season, we are very, very safe. We are saving a lot the components, and I have no problem. So, and in the spring weekend, as I said, I normally do run with the very fresh components because I only have one practice. I need real data, and then it's sprint qualifying, and then it's a sprint race. So there are not practice sessions where you can use all components to save wear. So most of the sessions are very important. So let's see if we can change some of them. In internal combustion engine, we are in 41. But we are using the 4 engine, that is only 6%. So I will keep running with this. Kinetic is in 14%. Even I will save this unit. I want to use this one this season. The heat is in 29. Perfect. The energy storage is in 24. Maybe this is the only one I could save a bit, but I think even using this energy store from now to the end of the season, it won't reach 50%. That is the point where start to reduce the energy you have in the car. And the turbo is in 33, very good. Electronics is in 43. Well, this is a bit more wear, but this is okay. And the gearbox is in 10, so in 10%. So perfect. Finally, let's check the standings before to go to the race weekend. Max Verstappen once again won. It's unbelievable how fast he's in this game. Charles Leclerc finished in 8th with that from wing broken. He could finish winning or in the podium, but that broken front wing cost him a lot. Alonso finished in 5th. That means he's only 3 points behind Leclerc in the fighting for P2 in the driver standings. And Perez with that DNF, I think is out of the race for finishing in P2 in the standings. That DNF in Las Vegas cost him the chance. Russell finished in 4, is close into Perez. He has chances. And Norris in 7, that I passed him in the last lap. Very bad season by Norris. He started very well. He did 3 podiums in the first 5 races. He won in the British Grand Prix. But you can see in the last 6 races, the best result is 5th place in Mexico. So Sainz, a new podium, is 2 points behind Norris. So there are a fight for P4 between Perez, Russell, Norris, and Sainz. Hamilton is not; it's too far away now. Even with the podium in Las Vegas, I think he will finish in 8th place. And then it's Piastri that will finish probably in 9th. Sure, he will finish there. Then it's Stroll that will finish 10, and then it's my league. And as you can see, 10 points difference with Albon. 3 consecutive races on points, guys. We finished 8th in Mexico, 9th in Brazil, 6th in Las Vegas. That means we have achieved 4 plus 2 plus 10, 16 points in the last 3 races. That's unbelievable. Alex only was able to finish 10 in Brazil. So we are 10 points ahead. Tsunoda get a point in Las Vegas. He's closing to Alex by 1 point. He's just 3 points behind. Then it's Gasly that also scored points in Las Vegas. 2 points. So the battle between Albon, Gasly, and Tsunoda is getting tighter. Fortunately, I am starting to pull in away. But it's not over yet, guys, because this weekend we have a sprint race with possibility to get points. Obviously a new race in Qatar and the race in Abu Dhabi. So it's 10 points. It's a good advantage, but it's not over. And then it's Ricciardo on 5 here from Ricciardo to Hülkenberg. It's a new different league. The drivers that has not scored too many points in the season. Ricciardo 5, Magnussen 4, Bottas 3, Ocon 1 point. And then it's Joe and Hülkenberg 0 points. Terrible. And in the standing, in the constructor, as you can see, I can say that we will finish in 6th. We have super big margin with Bisha, Kasab, RB, 43 points. That's a lot in these terms, in these kind of teams. So I think we will finish in 6th. That was the target. So Alex and me, we did an amazing job. Well, season results, the trophies, and the stats. Let's see if we can improve a bit more the average finish and grid. That is in 14. I think if we do a good job, we can improve it a bit more. And let's see if we can reach an average finish of 13 at least in qualifying and race. I think we will complete more than 13,000 kilometers, and we have complete more than 2,000 laps. That's crazy. So that means it's time, guys, for the race weekend in Qatar, guys. move on. Just in 16 minutes, I will be racing on Twitch. So let's advance. Tire allocation, I forget it. Sorry. Okay, here we are using the hardest compound tires because this, I remember in the last previous game, the tire wear was massive in this game, in this track. So probably we will need the medium, I assume that will be the best tire. So we cannot do many changes. The only thing I can do is I think I will put the balanced tires, because the problem is that if I use the harder allocation, I only have soft tires for P1, and I had that problem in the United States Grand Prix, and with soft tires you cannot test too much things in practice. So I will use the balance to have at least one hard tire and to have the medium for the sprint race. That probably will be the best tire. So in that way we are covered. So that will be the tire allocation. And now move on to the Grand Prix weekend. Finally, let's see the weather. I do not expect rain, definitely. It will be surprising. And let's see if any of the teams improve in performance or not. Let's see that things, and then move on to the practice one session, guys. It's just there. So penultimate weekend, guys. Only this one in Abu Dhabi, and we are reaching the end. I was enjoying a lot to share this career mode with all of you. So this is the penultimate weekend preview, guys. The next one in Abu Dhabi will be the last. Let's see if we can finish in a high. That definitely these final races are being amazing. Well, we are in Qatar now. Obviously no rain at all in any session, that's expected. Message race preview. Hi Danny, the good news, some upgrades have come through and they are ready to go onto the car. Bad news, some part of the package didn't pass quality control. You will need to reorder those that fell from the R&D screen. I hope the package is still a good step forward. Let's see if my tire analytics works for a better tire wear. That probably in this track is one of the most important, where the tire wear is necessary. So perfect in time, this upgrade. And the weather forecast, no rain. Finally, before to go to Twitch and the practice session, let's see if someone improved. Okay, it looks that we improve a little bit. I think our line is at the same level than no, sorry, no, we are at the same. It's not very visible, to be honest. I think we are ahead of Haas and Sauber. No, we are matched with Visa Cash App, very much. We are ahead of the white lines and green line. There are two blue lines, but that's very similar color. That's why it's not very visible. But basically, we are more. Visa Cash App, RB, and us, Williams, are in the same level. We are fighting for P6. Then it's Sauber, Alpine, and Haas that are just below, and in front of us, obviously, the top 5 teams. It looks Ferrari improve a bit more, and they are second now, but they are in their own league. So I think this is we will fight with Visa Cash App RB from now to the end of the season. So let's see. That's it, guys. That's it. Before to go to the practice session, practice 1. Only 60 minutes available and 3 programs to complete. So let's try to do all the work and let's see what we can do. In 12 minutes, just now. So make sure you are following me on Twitch because in 12 minutes I will be racing there. See you guys. This is the end of the weekend preview. Let's try to have fun. Let's try to enjoy this Qatar Grand Prix. See you there on Twitch. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.